In early 1942, the U.S. Army's armored doctrine assumed something simple. Tanks moved under their own power. On paper, the Sherman was a marvel, fast, reliable, mass-producible. What doctrine did not account for was geography under fire. North Africa, Sicily, Italy, steep roads, soft ground, narrow bridges, mud that swallowed wheels whole. Rail lines destroyed faster than engineers could repair them. Colonel Franklin T. Hines, Ordnance Department, wrote it plainly in a field report. We can build tanks faster than we can move them. It was not a tactical problem. It was a transportation crisis. Shermans were arriving at ports faster than they could reach the front. Some broke down en route. Others arrived with engines already worn. Tank crews were exhausted before combat even began. The Army was stuck, not because it lacked tanks, but because it lacked a way to carry them efficiently. The Army already had trucks. Thousands of them. The GMC CCKW 2.5 ton, the legendary Deuce and a half, was everywhere. It hauled troops, ammunition, fuel rations, everything except what now mattered most. A Sherman weighed over 30 tons. The GMC was never meant for that. Attempts were made anyway. Flatbeds collapsed. Axles snapped. Frames twisted under loads they were never designed to bear. Lieutenant Edward J. Halvorsen, a Transportation Corps engineer, witnessed one failed attempt in Tunisia when a loaded trailer jackknifed on a slope and nearly crushed 3 men. He wrote later, "We were asking a general-purpose truck to perform a specialized task. That was the mistake. The solution was not more bravery. It was new design thinking that in late 1942, the Transportation Corps quietly began exploring a radical idea. What if the GMC was not the problem, but the foundation? Instead of inventing an entirely new vehicle, engineers proposed reinforcing, lengthening, and specializing existing GMC platforms. This mattered for one reason: speed. Factories already knew how to build GMCs. Mechanics already knew how to fix them. Drivers already trusted them. Captain Mallory was assigned to coordinate between ordnance, GMC engineers, and field commanders. His job was simple on paper and brutal in reality. Create a truck that can haul a tank, fast, without breaking supply chains. They studied British tank transporters, German heavy movers, failures in the field. The answer emerged slowly, through calculation and argument. Not a miracle machine. A purpose-built transporter. The design changes were unglamorous and vital. A reinforced steel frames, multi-axle heavy trailers, improved braking systems, lower loading angles to reduce rollover risk, redistribution of weight to protect drivetrain components. This was not about strength alone. It was about control. One mistake at speed meant death. Testing occurred under secrecy. Failures were frequent. Axles warped. Tires shredded. Drivers complained the rigs felt alive beneath them, swaying like ships. During one test run, Mallory reportedly said quietly, "If this works, nobody will notice. If it fails, men will die." That sentence became the unofficial creed of the project. By early 1943, the first specialized GMC-based tank transporters were approved for deployment. They had no dramatic name, just numbers. But they changed everything. Italy 1943. Mountain roads, bombed bridges, time pressure. A Sherman battalion needed repositioning overnight. Rail was impossible. Self-driving would destroy engines before combat. The new transporter was used anyway. Drivers moved at walking speed through switchbacks. Engineers walked beside the rigs, measuring stress, listening to metal. The tanks arrived intact. For the first time, armored units reached the front fresh. Word spread, not officially, but through officers who understood what it meant. This was not just a vehicle. It was operational freedom. By 1944, specialized GMC-based transporters were integrated into logistics planning. Not celebrated, not publicized, just used. Tank commanders stopped burning out engines before battle. Maintenance cycles improved. Operational tempo increased. In Normandy, transporters moved armor off beaches faster than expected. In France, they allowed rapid redeployment without mechanical loss. The Army did not announce a revolution. It simply adapted. That was the victory, which brings us back to the quiet road at dawn. The Sherman now sat ready. The GMC sat idle. Captain Mallory wrote his final report weeks later. It was short. The problem was never the tank. It was getting it where it mattered. The truck would be reassigned. The tank would move forward. History would forget both. But the war would not. Because logistics is not loud. Engineering is not heroic. And the most important victories rarely look dramatic when they happen. They just work.